This holiday season, as I reflect, look at this beautiful tree. Today on Reflections, we will be discussing the holiday season and how to keep joy and merriment in your life. I am your host, De'Onte Brewer. I want to thank you all my viewers and supporters, for your support this year. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for reflecting along with me. Welcome to a special edition of Reflections, a holiday theme episode of Reflections. I'm your host, De'Onte Brewer. Today, we will just be talking about the holiday season, what it entails, and how we can keep joy and merriment within our lives, not just for the holidays, but throughout the year. If you think about it, there are many ways to say Merry Christmas. There's season's greetings, there's happy holidays, there's happy Hanukkah, there's happy Kwanzaa. These all, celebrate the holidays and what it entails, joy and merriment and gifts and peace and all those things. However, the holidays can, be stressful, because we're trying to plan a party or plan a dinner and, buy gifts but we must remember, what the holidays also is about, which is family and coming together and celebrating life and being thankful. And so today, I wanted to dedicate, this episode of Reflections to that. I'm going to start off, and Kwanzaa is a very important tradition within the African and African American community. Kwanzaa was recognized starting in the 60s here in America, the 1960s, and it entails 7 principles, and I'm going to read those principles and what they translate into. There's Umoja, which translates, unity. There's Kujika or Cha Gulia, which is self-determination. Ujima is collective work and responsibility. Ujama is cooperative economics. Nia is purpose. Kuamba is creativity. And Imani is faith. And we must all keep a lot of those principles, within our life. I love Nia, which is purpose, and I love faith, which, a lot of Americans, you think of the birth of Jesus Christ, that, kind of started Christmas. The Bible says that Jesus was born on Christmas Day, and, we all know the story of his birth and the shepherds and the wise men and the star and, his parents Joseph and Mary, and it's kind of the start, of everything. And, certainly when I think of the holidays, I think about Christ and, he's just the center of it all. And, unfortunately, as I age, the holidays seem so rushed. And it's more and more about material, gifts, and the sacredness just seems to be lost more and more. I had an assignment in one of my classes recently, or in my only class, my last class that I'm taking, and it was to write a letter to the editor. I chose the Journal-Gazette, our local newspaper here in Fort Wayne, and it was in response to an article that a lady had written about the holidays, and she was talking about how she's teaching her children to give to others and think of others during this holiday season. And I wrote my letter in response to, my feelings about the holidays past and present. Growing up in the 1980s, the holidays as a child, it seemed like it was like 2 months into 1 month outside of Thanksgiving, because today I'm just focusing on, Christmas time. And there were Christmas parties everywhere, and people were so happy, and people were thankful. And I remember, giving my parents a list, and, we got mostly everything on our list. And, we were so thankful, my brother and I, were so thankful for our gifts. And back then there wasn't cell phones and stuff like that. If there were, people didn't have them every day. They did have them, but, every citizen didn't carry a cell phone. And so, we, received simpler things, gaming devices and toys, and, I always loved books, and we were just thankful. And, nowadays it seems like, you would buy your child a gift, a phone or something like that, an iPhone, and before you know it, before the season's over with, there's a new edition of a phone, an upgraded version. And children aren't as thankful, for the gifts that they receive. And as I stated, the holidays just seem so rushed, and people, it becomes stressful because you're taking all this time to plan this party or this celebration that you're not enjoying the little things. And that's what my letter was about, enjoying the little things about the holidays. I wrote about going to see lights. My parents would take us to see all the lights. At that time we were living in Florida. I grew up in Florida, and all the lights in the area. And, there'd be, like I said, a Christmas party at church, and, at school. Every child looked forward to the day when they had their Christmas party, at school. And because it meant there was no work, we didn't have to do any work that day. And you would bring in gifts, cupcakes and stuff like that. And there was candy canes and all this. And I mean, it was just so fun and exciting. And I just think that, that feeling of merriment and joy, when I was growing up, may seem a little old-fashioned today, but it's just what's missing in the hearts and minds of, Americans today. Somewhat, it's still there, but it's missing, and we just can't let... We always should be excited about the little things, whether it's Christmas or, whatever time of year it is. And I just wanted to get on, and reflect about that today, and just remind you all that, depending on what your faith is and what you believe, the holidays mean different things, to different people. For me, I celebrate, the birth of Jesus Christ, and, certainly his gift of salvation to the world. That's the ultimate gift, but I understand and respect that, people have different faiths, they believe different things. There's different religions, and, those different religions have a deity as well, when it ties into the holidays as well. But I know what I celebrate and believe, and I thank God for his gift of salvation, and I thank him for, the family, and friends and associates that he's put into my life. I think sometimes that, we as Americans, we take family, and friends for granted. We just always think, oh, they'll be there, they'll always be there. But, there are people that, that's not blessed with a family or blessed with associates. And so, not only during the holidays, but all year, we should always be thankful for our family and friends, and, be thankful, for your home and, for your job. So many people, complain about their jobs and, the state of the world today with the pandemic, and there's not enough work. At one time, there wasn't enough work. Jobs were closing, and now, a lot of jobs are vacant. I'm very thankful for my job, in customer service, and, my second job in hospitality, and also my training as a nurse, because I can find work anywhere. I think of, so many people in the world that are without a job, and, not only those individuals, but the homeless, population, not just here in Allen County, but everywhere this time of year. It's cold, it's gotten cold, and they don't have lodging, and they don't have family. And so we just have to be thankful, people, for jobs, which give us money, to pay bills, and, to have a home and a running car. You may not have a Bentley or, a sports car, a Corvette or convertible or whatever, but just to have a running car this time of year is a blessing. I'm thankful for my car to get me to and from work and places I need to go. And I'm just thankful for life, for my life. And it's been 2021 has been, it's been a year, for me. I don't like to label, put labels on things, but it has been it's been a different type of year. I've had some things that have really impacted me this year, but life goes on, and you have to be thankful for your life, for waking up each morning, and for your health and strength, and for, emotional well-being. So many people, the holidays can, depress individuals, and you can be reminded of what you don't have. You may want a better job. You may, be in need of a relationship. You may want this and that, but just to be thankful for what you have, for your life, and that you're breathing. There's always a new day, and you have to stay positive and be thankful. And so I'm thankful for the things that I have, and I'm thankful that God, I've always carried that spirit within me. Ever since I was a young boy, I looked forward to the future and, to a new day. And I've always had faith. Which is Imani, with Kwanzaa, I've had faith, in Nia, I've had a purpose. And so, I'm thankful. I'm very thankful. And I encourage you all, to find the good, in your life, and hold on to that and treasure that and be thankful, because it's what's all we have. And so, I wanted to also remind the viewers to not be thankful, but to celebrate, yourself, this holiday season. Do whatever makes you happy. Sometimes I think, even as adults, we still sometimes seek approval from other people. You may feel like you have to, please your parents or live up, to their expectations, or, live up to friends' expectations, or, but march to the beat of your own drummer, and just do things that satisfy you and please you, because you only get one life. And I know I've always been that type of person, that, have had my own style. And I think I was about 11 years old. I came into that as a person. I didn't need the approval of others, and when I say style, my clothing and, but just my outlook on life and the things I value and appreciate. So, always never lose that about yourself. You don't need to have approval from a spouse or a mate or, parents or siblings. always carry that sense of style, as I like to say, or flair, about you, and spread joy, this holiday season. You never know what people are going through. That's what I wanted to talk about. You never know. I remember about 3 years ago, was kind of having a tough time, and it seemed like I would go to work and I would carry that energy with me, and I was running into people. A lot of my customers had that same energy, and so we were just meeting head on, and I was so frustrated. And I learned from that, you don't carry that energy. You leave that at the door and you go in, to work, and wherever you are, your space, and you bring that good positive energy, with you, because you never know what people are going through. And you smile and say hello, and that's all sometimes you need to do, when you never know how that could change another person's day. But be mindful of others, their situations. As I stated, the holidays do a lot of things, for people. People get caught up in the joy and merriment, but it can also be a depressing time too. People think of those loved ones that are no longer here, and perhaps they think about maybe a marriage that's gone, and they have children that have left home, and so find the joy, volunteer your time and energy to charities and organizations. I've always wanted to go downtown and volunteer at the homeless shelter. I just haven't had the time, but I've always wanted to do that. Visit the elderly at nursing homes. That's a wonderful, I worked in activities, when I was a young man out of high school, and that was the best job I had. Just being around those elderly individuals and them imparting wisdom, and so you can volunteer your time at a nursing home, and you can do things with the elderly, activities, and just whatever it is to take the focus off of if you're having a bad month or a bad holiday season. Prayer is such the key. For me, you take things to God's doorstep and you leave it there, or whomever your, deity is that you worship. And that is definitely the key. And exercise, and I've been guilty of not exercising lately, but I feel so much better when I go and exercise, and I feel like a weight's been lifted, off of my shoulders. And so take care of your bodies. You have to take care of your bodies, and, just emotionally, feed your mind and mentality, positivity. Don't dwell on the negative, people, but just enjoy yourself, enjoy life as it comes. That job that can be stressful, I know, because I have two at the moment. Go and, do your job, but don't bring it home. Don't bring the problems and responsibilities of it home. Leave it there at work, and when you come back, pick it up. But just enjoy yourself, people. We're still in the midst of the pandemic, and there is another strain of COVID in the world, and it is spreading, but practice your social distancing, and, be mindful and respectful of others. And we can't let this epidemic stop us from enjoying our lives, because life will go on. It's going to go on. Time is going to keep marching on. And as I age, that's why I take time out to enjoy the little things in life, and not just this holiday season, but every day, because time, you can't get that time back. When I was younger, I dwelled so much at times on my issues, personal issues, and I lost time, I lost time dwelling on those issues now that don't seem as big, but I can't get that time back. I can just live and enjoy what God has given me, now. And so I encourage you all to just continue to live and enjoy your life, and be thankful, for your life, and enjoy those around you. Don't take people for granted. Young people, visit your older relatives, your grandparents. Don't just solicit them for money and gifts, but sit and learn your family history, so you can pass it on to this new generation coming up. And young people, listen to your parents and your elders. They definitely can help you and give you advice, and stay out of the streets, and go to work and earn an honest wage. It's been too much calamity and tragedy, in this city alone this year. The streets is not the way to go. Be an honest citizen and contribute to society, and that money may not be fast, but it'll earn you an honest living. And if you work hard, you'll get somewhere. And to the elderly, be patient with the young people in your family. We all have different ways of living now. Each generation, their standards of living are different. Offer advice, but don't be judgmental. Passing judgment, I tell you, can kill and kills characters. That's God's department, but let's not judge each other, and let's just be kind and considerate. And we're all learning and growing each day, and let's just continue to be kind and caring to one another this holiday season. Throughout this show, I've talked about Kwanzaa, and I've talked about, Christmas, and I respect every other culture and, what they observe this holiday season. Let it all be centered around love and joy and peace and family and giving back. That is the purpose of this show, and taking care of yourself this holiday season, and spreading goodwill, wherever you go. And I want to end this show. I want to dedicate it, to all those people who's no longer with us this year. As I stated a short time ago, I lost. I didn't lose, but they're just no longer. They completed their work here on earth. My grandmother, in June, passed unexpectedly, and she was my best friend, and she was a model of living for me. She taught me how to treat people, and she first of all taught me how to love God and trust God, and she taught me how to treat people and be kind to people, and listen to people and help people. She dedicated her life to service to God and to her family and her church. And so this show is dedicated to my grandmother. She was the first person that saw this show, and she was so proud of me, and I know she's still proud of me. And to Pastor Kaiser, who was my pastor for so many years. He's gone now, and this show is dedicated to him, and to all those other people, who are gone. This show is dedicated to you. I pray for all bereaved families that have lost individuals, but you have to honor their memory, and remember what they taught you, and keep living and enjoy your life. And for my audience, I thank you all this year for sticking with me, for watching, for sharing, and for your comments. I really thank you all. Enjoy your holiday season with your family and with your friends, and always remember to take care of you as we celebrate and reflect daily within our lives. God bless and keep you all. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing. Always remember to be bold, be you, be blessed. God bless.